Attention to the ticket holders. Read the fine print. Do they mention the fifth dimension for sure? Or do they send you straight to hell? Since I am quite sure that all of my fifth dimensional friends will start arguing from the very start, let me state for the record that I am a fan of this trip. But wherever you want to go, the moment you close your eyes, our eyes, that ticket is a one-way with two possible destinations, either the fifth dimension or straight to hell. And I'm not kidding. But where on earth is the fifth dimension? I've written something relevant in the past, and my fanatic readers, hey, there is no such thing, could have read it in previous articles. To begin with, I want to make clear what the fifth dimension is not. The first thing that comes to mind is that it is a place with 5 dimensions. Obviously, anyone can say a bunch of shit, but when we say the word dimension, we need to know what it means. There are 3 dimensions of space: length, height, and width. If these are the 3 out of the 5, why do we include time as the 4th? What does time have to do with dimensions? So there is space, and there is time, both as concepts and as realities. And if in the idea of large units they bend or swing or do God knows what else, little do I care. If after my death I go to some other place, it has to be different, and certainly worth the trouble. As I have said before, if you go from the first floor of a building to the second, it's not really such a big deal. The reason I am repeating the same thing over and over again is to make crystal clear that perhaps the most significant harm that comes from the extreme materialists is the illusion of the extreme metaphysicians. The mind plays a dangerous game. It creates an imaginary bubble, and instead of getting the after-death ticket for anywhere, we are trapped inside it until it breaks, and then poof, straight to hell, or instead to lack of existence. And if that was not enough, it was recently announced that Earth itself passed into the 5th dimension. Of course, those who support this theory enhance it with vibrations, frequencies, and other novelties that cause Earth to behave differently nowadays. Which Earth are they talking about, my friends? Can somebody please ask them? Our entire planetary system travels in space. So is our galaxy. Therefore everything changes, and Earth, that grain of sand in the endless cosmos, and its vibrations probably do so as well. And this grain hosts us on its surface. Its mass, which is enormous for us humans, couldn't care less for what we are doing. You might ask me now, does Earth have a mindset or not? All things have a mentality, whatever that means. But this doesn't concern us right now. Is the mindset of the geosphere found in the chronological evolution above or below the human's one? To anyone who believes that it is above, I can only wish bon voyage and good luck. But in that case, he shouldn't say that man was created in the image of God, that he is the child of God, the firstborn none less. He shouldn't say a word. Because in this case, nature, and therefore universe as well, is not the birthplace of man, but something like a superpower that supports the creation of a silly puppet, just to pass the time. Unless the human being and the universe are two totally different things. I wouldn't mind for this case to be real, but my mind is too small to comprehend such a scenario. You see, in that space, to be exact above the creation and not next to it, I have placed the concept of deity. Let's go back now. The Earth has nothing to do with what symbolizes the 5th dimension. Many things can happen, but trust me on this. A door doesn't exist through which a mature Earth, by the way. Why is Earth more mature than Mars? Can pass to a system with more dimensions. Earth will continue its journey until either we humans manage to turn it into dust, or some cosmic event does it for us. We are alone in our journey after death. And one thing is sure, Earth, the moment a human dies, claims back everything it had lent him in the beginning. And that is the body and its accessories. And do you know what is the first of these accessories? The cognition. You might not like it, but the human intellect has to do with the environment, since it is the human function that converts environmental information in brain synapses. That was the reason that in the past, sailors were more open-minded than the men in the mountains. They visited many places and met many people. If you put an infant in a room and don't allow anyone to visit it, you will create a beast. And this is an essential key to evolution. Failure to investigate equals to spiritual death. To adopt ready-made opinions is equivalent to spiritual death. To impose our views is tantamount to killing the spirit of our fellow human beings. The killing of our language is perhaps the most crucial spiritual death. Yes, my dear friends, our intellect, along with several other accessories, will abandon us in the moment of our death. But the door key for the trip to the fifth dimension, oh Lord, what am I saying, will be given to us by our intellect. Not by itself, but it is one of the key players in the journey of life. P.S. You must really pay attention to the concept of Earth and the fifth dimension. It is an excuse for humans to do nothing. The microcosm that we live in is quite remarkable. Let's try to make it a bit better. And when we accomplish that, we can secure through it the journey after life. And that is the way.